They are up to no good, obviously. So, guys, something I noticed, and it's almost a monthly thing now, where they are warning us about a new possible outbreak. Now, the new one that's on the list for this month is the Hantavirus. Now, Gene Hackman passed away a couple months ago, and his wife coincidentally died of the Hantavirus, which, upon further investigation, they don't know where it came from, and they sort of wrote it off like it was nothing. Now, the Hantavirus is nothing, essentially, if it just stays between rat and human, meaning you get it from rodents. You get the Hantavirus from rodent. If I'm not mistaken, it has a pretty high mortality rate. The last major outbreak was in the Four Corner regions. If I'm not mistaken, it was like New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, if I'm not mistaken. And that was like the last major outbreak. I think 18 people died or something like that. And that was back in 93. So that was the last time we had an hantavirus outbreak. Now, people do die from hantavirus almost every year here in the United States. It's like 1 or 2 people a year or something like that. It's not that big. But an article was warning how this could be the next pandemic outbreak. And there, again, they're warning us about something that it is less likely to happen. Now, as preppers, we still prepare. We still get ready for whatever might be coming. And we shouldn't ignore it, but we shouldn't take it seriously to the point where we're wrapping ourselves in bubble wrap, right? Or putting plastic helmets on our head. Don't take it that seriously, but keep it in the back of your head. This possible outbreak is in line with other outbreaks that they're talking about for the last couple of years. In fact, I did a video last year talking about a multi-level or multi-viral outbreak event. So we're not going to see just one. We're probably going to see multiples. And that in itself is going to be the problem. One outbreak of one virus is not the end of the world, but a multiple viral outbreak, that's a problem. Because now hospitals are going to be overran by multiple different problems. And then they have to sit there and figure out what the problem is, which one you have, and what course of treatment is correct. And if that happens, that means people are not going to get the treatment they need. People are undoubtedly going to pass away. Because once you start taxing the resources at a hospital and you start bringing their resources to a critical low level, you are pretty much on your own. And that is why you have to take the warnings seriously. Not seriously, but you have to take the actual event seriously when it happens or if it happens. So don't go hear about this outbreak, that outbreak, and then start taking it lightly. Oh, the government's just screwing with us. Maybe they are. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they are actually releasing something, or something is being released, or something is just naturally spreading. You should take it seriously regardless when the event happens. Not before, not after. When the event is occurring. And then you look at it and you make your assumptions or you make your assessments then. You look at it and see how serious it is. You look at it and see whether or not you need to take serious precautions or be laid back. I took the Mr. 19 event seriously because I thought it was something serious. But once I started assessing the situation, especially once I got back to work, I noticed, all right, this sounds like bullshit. We are definitely going to survive. And guess what? Now they're treating the Mr. 19 event like the common cold. People are no longer getting a week off from work. They're getting a couple days. They're not running you to the hospital to put you on ventilators. They're telling you to go home and do X, Y, and Z, which is what they should have done from the beginning. Nonetheless, that you still should take it serious, and you should still be a little concerned. Don't get scared. Don't start freaking out. Don't start flipping out like everybody else. Be slightly concerned. Get your information in, get your proper information in, and then move from there. This, guys, is just one of those things where, again, it could be a fear tactic that they're using, but it also could be real. And leave it to the government or the elites or whoever it is to try and confuse us so that we might treat it like it's bullshit. And then we do, and it winds up being something real. And then the population that they don't want, us, passes away because we took it too lightly. So just try to stay the course, try to treat it serious, but don't get heavy-handed with it, but don't be lighthearted with it either. Try to stay in the middle, which is a little hard these days because we're being lied to about everything. And what do we believe and what don't we believe? That's the bigger problem. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.